Do you DJ for the love of it, or do you do it for the money? I DJ for the love of it. However, I've discovered that if I make enough money as a DJ, I don't have to do something that I hate for 40 hours a week. I posted this on social media, and a lot of people seem to understand and appreciate and identify with my philosophy on this. Some people said that they've DJed for the money before, and they discovered after a while that they hated it, and they were miserable. So they don't do that anymore. They work a 40-hour-a-week job, and they DJ the parties they want to DJ, you know, on their free time. And that's cool. I can totally see how DJing for the money, just chasing the money, can make somebody miserable, though. I've done it. It's made me miserable. So I don't do those things anymore. You know, when you're miserable doing anything that you do, you got to figure out why, specifically. You know, why do I hate this? Maybe it's the type of events you're doing. Maybe it's the load in and load out. Maybe it's that you don't have time to spend with your loved ones. Who knows what it is? It could be all kinds of things. So I make it a point to avoid doing things I don't want to do. What are some of those things? I don't like add-ons. Anything that's like a carnival attraction, like a photo booth or a bouncy house or a Velcro wall or a game show. I know some people do those things and they enjoy it. That's not me, though. If I were doing those things, I would only be doing them to chase the money. They really don't have anything to do with DJing. So I'm not interested in doing them. And if you do them, I'm not hating on you. I'm just telling you I don't want to do those things, so I don't do them, and I'm happy because I don't do them. Have I done photo booth? Yeah. The story with the photo booth was I actually bought that system for my daughter, and she couldn't always do it, and I got stuck doing photo booth. But I never wanted to do photo booth. I mean, I did it for my kid because she was interested in it. She might still be. I can't see the profit in it, and I get no joy out of it, so it's nothing that I'm interested in doing right now. I regress. I don't take events that I don't want to do. If there's something that's out of my comfort zone, and I don't feel like I want to do, sometimes I just outright tell them, hey, I'm not the guy for you. There are other times where it maybe isn't my dream job, but I could do it. So what I'll do, and this is what it is, I will quote them a price way up here. Worst case scenario, they take it. And I do the job, and I make more money than I would doing an event that I wanted to do. Another friend of mine was saying that he's getting out of it. He didn't have time to spend with his family. He was busy all the time, working every weekend, and it was miserable. And I get that. Something that my friend was doing, though, is he was selling an all-inclusive DJ package where you kind of had him for the day, and he'd do anything you wanted him to do. Ceremony, and extra long cocktails, and extra long dance time. It didn't matter to him. If they were paying for him for the day, they could have whatever they wanted. I think that got old after a while for him, and he spent a lot of time in prep all week for these events, and he was doing a lot of them because people liked this. They saw value in it. I don't do that. I sell everything a la carte. So I will say to a potential client, this is how much it costs for me to DJ your wedding reception. That's one setup, one breakdown for this particular allocated time block. Where I live, it's 6 hours. And I know that may sound long to some people, may sound short to others. I'll break it down and explain it to you. Here where I live, dinner is at 6. And then dancing usually starts around 7:30, 8, goes to midnight. So most everyone needs 6 hours. So fine, I give them 6 hours at a price. One setup, one breakdown. That does not include any kind of wedding ceremony. If there's ceremony in there, I charge for it. If they want extra time, I charge for it. I had a client that I talked to last week who wanted extra dance time. They had already paid for extra lighting, which I didn't really think they needed, but they wanted, so here you go. They already paid for some extra sound that I'm not sure that they really needed, but They're asking for it, so I'll provide it. They wanted 2 extra hours of dancing. And we're talking 9 months out. Instead of me selling them this 2 extra hours, which I don't give away. This is not a cheap date for a lot of people, my extra time. I told them, hey, let's go ahead and revisit this the night of the event. Instead of you paying me for these 2 hours you think you might want in 9 months, how about that night we'll figure out if you really need them or want them. Maybe by, I don't know, whatever it is, 10, 11 o'clock, you're done. Everyone's done. You've had a great time. Why pay for this time that you don't need? Why should we force this? Let's not do that. Let's wait and see where we're at. And if you still want to go, let's go. And maybe you want to go an hour. Maybe you don't want to go 2, so you only pay for 1. Pay for what you need in the moment instead of paying for it in advance. If I was chasing the money, I would have sold it to them. And if they would have ended early, I wouldn't have refunded them. I don't chase the money. I'm doing it for the art and the love of it. That's the difference. You know, don't do things you don't want to do. You know, the equipment. Sometimes, you know, people complain about the load in and load out. The equipment's cumbersome. The setup's cumbersome. Yeah, I'm there. I mean, I'm disabled. There's stuff that I can't do anymore. And I've been working for almost the last 12 years trying to figure out how to make things smaller and easier. And I've done it. And something that I didn't expect to happen was that I actually made the system better. Yeah, it's smaller, it's lighter, it's easier to set up, but it's better than the old one. Go figure. So it's a better product, and it's easier for me. Hey, if I had to haul around big heavy stuff, or old stuff that I've had for a long time, yeah, I wouldn't want to do this anymore either. It's painful to DJ at that point. You're sore when you DJ. I don't like that. I made a table height somewhere that was better for me. My back always hurt after I would DJ, and it doesn't normally hurt. Like during the week my back doesn't hurt, but DJing, I'm thinking, was it loading in and out this equipment? It doesn't weigh very much. No, I tell you what it was. It was the table height. My table height was too low. I was doing banquet tables. And I'm almost 6 feet tall, not quite. I was leaning over just a little bit to get to my mixing board, to get to the computer. Didn't realize it. Got the Pro Event table, put me at 36 inches. I'm sitting upright all the time. I'm never leaning over. My back doesn't hurt anymore. Makes me happy. It's a better product for them. It's a better product for me. It's easier than dressing a banquet table. The Pro Event table is easier for me to set up than it is to scrim a banquet table that's already there. And like I said about the gigs, I mean, when you try to be everything to everybody, you tend to get pretty miserable because you take all these events that you don't want to do. I think if I did videos where I was trying to be everything to everybody, I'd be miserable doing these videos. But I do the videos I want to do, and they're not for everybody. But that's okay. As long as you're enjoying them and you're watching them and you're liking and subscribing and commenting on my videos, I'm going to keep doing them. We'll see you next time. I appreciate you so much. Practice and enjoy.